This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Before I get started this morning, I want to say that I have been gone for several days, and you may have noticed. If you did notice, thank you. I appreciate it. But this last weekend, I was directly exposed in a way that there's really no way that I didn't get coronavirus. And I found out immediately. I was out of town. I canceled my flight. I rented a car, drove the 18 hours home to Southern California as to not infect others on the plane, and immediately got a coronavirus test, a COVID test. And it came back. I got my results this morning, and I am negative. Shockingly, thankfully, I am lucky that I did not get it. So I've been quarantined, locked in a room for several days, and now I'm back at it. But if you that's why I was gone. But if you don't follow me on social media, you didn't know. If you only follow me here on YouTube, or if you catch my videos on Facebook, you wouldn't know that. Well, maybe that's a reason to follow me on social media. But anyway, I am back. I am healthy. Lucky is what I am. So today I want to talk about, and before I move on, thank you so much for those of you who did reach out, who do follow me on Twitter or on Facebook or on Instagram, and did see that this had happened and sent me positive vibes, prayed if that's what you do. I appreciate it very much. It means a lot to me to have so many people thinking about me. And if you were, sending some hate, you were thinking of me too. Anyway, today what I want to talk about is the prospective second presidential debate, which is no longer going to be a traditional debate, and it might not happen after all. The Commission on Presidential Debates just announced that they are going to tweak the format because Donald Trump is a one-man super spreader event. He's a walking human super spreader of the coronavirus. We know now that Kellyanne Conway and Chris Christie and Stephen Miller and several senators and other members of the White House staff, like 15 people in total, maybe more, have contracted the coronavirus from Donald Trump and his anti-mask, anti-science nonsense. And because of this, he put Joe Biden in danger in the first debate. Because of this, the Commission on Presidential Debates has tweaked the format to make it remote. Now, first of all, before I get to a couple clips here, this might be considered unusual because it's not the norm, but it's not unheard of. I'm going to read from an article today from the New York Times where they talk about the 1960 debate between President Kennedy and President Nixon, where this was the case. In 1960, the third debate between John F. Kennedy and Richard M. Nixon was held remotely. Kennedy debated from a television studio in New York. Nixon appeared from Los Angeles, with the men filmed on a pair of identical sets. The moderator of that debate, Bill Shadle of ABC News, conducted the proceedings from a third studio in Chicago. So this is 1960. This is way, way pre-internet. This is not a technological outlier. This could be done even before I was born. A long time before I was born. So this can be accomplished. It can be done. But not in the realm or the age of Donald Trump, because he is now freaking out, losing it on with Maria Bartiromo on Fox Business, decrying it as ridiculous. Watch this from this morning.
I beat him in the first debate. At the second debate, we have a never-Trumper as a host, but that's okay because I beat him in the second debate also. And but I'm not going to do a virtual debate.
So Mr. President, you're not going to do it because the CPD, the Commission on Presidential Debates, announcing this morning that the second presidential debate will be virtual. Are you saying you're not going to participate?
No, I'm not going to waste my time on a virtual debate. That's not what debating's all about. You sit behind a computer and do a debate. It's ridiculous. And then they cut you off whenever they want. I have a host who I always thought was a nice guy, but I see he's a never-Trumper. Came out that he's a never-Trumper. We do have some of them, Maria, believe it or not, because they don't like to win. But I'm not doing a virtual debate. They didn't even tell us about the debate, Maria.
So you just learned this morning?
Yeah, we learned it the same way you learned it. They called up 2 minutes ago, and it was announced. And they're trying to protect Biden. Everybody is. They're trying, like that NBC disaster where he went on the show with Lester Holt. It was like it was meant for a child. It wasn't meant for a grown person. He gets up and he says, "We're not fracking. We're not fracking." He was fracking for 6 months. He was fracking. He was raising his very thin hand, and he was fracking.
And he rambles about fracking because he's a child who can't stay on topic. There's several things there that I want to talk about. One is that little offhand comment that they're never Trumpers because they don't like to win. Moron. I mean, come on. Oh, what a dunce. What an absolute feckless goon. In proclaiming that he won the first debate. That was a train wreck if I've ever seen one. Carnage in human form. Stepping on himself, stepping on Joe Biden, stepping on Chris Wallace. He's an idiot. He can't win. Donald Trump is afraid. He is a coward. And he knows, he said it right there, that they cut you off whenever they want to. No, dummy. They cut you off when your time has expired. There is a set of rules that have been agreed to by both you and Joe Biden. You just feel you're above even the preset rules that you have agreed upon. That is what is the deal here. You are afraid because you know that if they cut your mic, then you will look like a moron that you are. You will be outed even to your loyal cult that you are incapable of debating on the issues. That you want to make it about drama. You want to make it about yelling over the other person. You want to make it about interrupting. You can't do it intellectually on substance and policy because you are a failure. You are a loser. And this perspective about Donald Trump being afraid to debate is not just me. Mayor Pete was on just minutes after Donald Trump was on Fox Business. He was on Fox News with Fox and Friends, not putting it in terms that I'm putting it in, that Donald Trump is a coward, but similar terms. Watch this.
Well, it's too bad. I don't know why the president's afraid to participate in a debate. You know, all of us have had to get used to virtual formats, right? I mean, parents are having to deal with e-learning, which in some cases, is not what we're used to. Well, it's always not what we're used to. I mean, we're having to take meetings over Zoom. It's not something I think most of us enjoy, but it's a safety measure. And I think part of why the U.S. is falling behind, is badly behind the rest of the developed world on dealing with the pandemic is because every time there's been a choice between doing something in a way that's more safe or less safe, this president seems to push for less safe. I think it's also probably a reflection of the weakness of his campaign. When you see campaigns getting the kind of bad news that he's been getting through this month, a lot of times you'll see these kinds of increased arguments over rules, withdrawing from opportunities, a little bit of flailing there, and it's too bad because I think the more the American people can hear two candidates side by side, even if it's virtual, the better. Of course, the only reason we're here in the first place is that the president of the United States is still contagious, as far as we know, with a deadly disease, which reflects the overall problem. And I don't know why you would want to be in a room with other people if you were contagious with a deadly disease and you care about other people. But maybe the president doesn't care about other people.
Well, two very important things were said there. One, that it is pattern and practice for Donald Trump to take the less safe route, to put others in danger. Because it's not just about putting Joe Biden, his competitor, his opponent, in danger. It's about putting the production staff and the moderator and anybody who might be on set in danger. But Donald Trump doesn't care about that. Donald Trump cares about Donald Trump. And the other thing, which really should go unsaid, but it's poignant, is that we're all having to get used to virtual formats for everything. From virtual happy hours on Zoom with your friends and family to business being conducted virtually. What makes Donald Trump so special that he can't be held to that same standard that the rest of us are? There is no answer other than the fact that he thinks he's better than the rest of us. He thinks the rules, even debate rules, don't apply to him. But let me break it to you, America. Donald Trump isn't special in any way. In any way. And he's going to find out either on election night or shortly thereafter that he is not even special in the way of being president of the United States for a second term. Please go vote. Please convince someone close to you who may not be a traditional voter to vote. You can all take part. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Please follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and all of it. The other thing is, if you are in a financial position to do so, if you don't have to budget it in, if it's not a problem, please help support my work here on YouTube. Independent media is critically important. We just witnessed just right now why it is important. Because you're getting an unvarnished view, not a polished political spin that you got from Mayor Pete there. Donald Trump is a coward, but it's uncouth to say it on national TV. You're going to get that here. Anyway, if you'd like to, you can click below. There's a join button, and for fewer than $2 a month, you can become a channel member here on YouTube and help support my work. If I'm not your flavor, that's okay. I'm not for everybody. Find someone on this platform or elsewhere who does bring you the value that you want and support that person. I appreciate you guys. I love you. I'd love to hear from you. 714-576-4054 and daily at Dollemore.com. It's almost like I've never done this before. Anyway, thanks you guys. I appreciate you. Be genuine. And please take care of one another.